flow light years beyond y'all, you're not scary. I deserve a statue in front of South Ferry. You niggas dead serious, I'm dead serious. How I feel to be second fiddle, I'm just curious. I know why you don't want me on them group songs, cause I turned a group song into a fluke song. I'm too strong, I get it, y'all niggas spooked. If I wasn't fluke, I wouldn't do a feature with Fluke, dog. Nate hyped me, now I'm about to catch a body. If you ain't Tyrone Briggs, nigga, then tread lightly. Tried to chill, I really want y'all to just like me, cause y'all stopping the king, homie, it ain't likely. Not fair how I'm punking these rappers scared niggas local, I'm in the air. How these silly niggas compare when they rapping with they ain't living. I'm literal, be literally, lyrically. Y'all niggas so little to me, lil' me's. Niggas cornballs, bass guard, lil' bees. You never make it out the hood trying to belittle me. Please, competition is a rap here. We the reason why half of these niggas rap here. Shout out to my real niggas who trap here. Watch your back here, cause half of these niggas rats here. Yeah, all rats, no tails. Just real niggas who tells you details.
Chain ain't do this shit, nigga.
Say it again.
Big Brook, N8 Rock,
You know what I mean?
Side, shade, the fucking pack, nigga. Stop snitching. We getting money. And fucking a lot of bitches too. I'll holler.
Besides becoming Jasmine Walton's husband, my goal's to be with every Staten artist wasn't. To show the effing world I'm the best recording. Kill your dog and bring him back like I'm Seth MacFarlane. Got too many problems to be stressing all of them. And way too much groupies to have sex with all of them. As far as my God, best for sure. Sneeze together cause your knees God's blessings. All of them. These young niggas sound like Chief Keef on his worst day. The ones my age mine as well make a We Are the World take. Old rappers, war stories got me brutally bored. Plus they stack vocals like they 10 Tupac Shakur. I'm only spitting the truth. Don't make subliminal moves. I'm now standing alone. Me, I don't fit in with crews. In prime time, I'm Joe Jackson when I write in the booth. Meaning anything related to a mic I abuse. Can't on bad, shorty. Me mad balling. No cash on me. No paper. The only paper I had raps on them. Grace was mad off. I'm in dad with black on me. Beat the black on me. Took a break and beat it back on me. Take a rap, Charlie. Kurt Black on my dad, Charlie. For put me back in that tree with that pin and that bad on me. Shit, that was my past. Back to how well I pedal my skills. You couldn't handle bars with a helmet, some pedals and wheels.
What's good, y'all? Y'all already know the vibes. Yes, sir. Y'all already know the vibes. Knicks and Ish is your boy T-Time. Good win. Good win. No matter how you want to slice it, good win. All wins at this point for us are good wins. JJ Jackson in the building, I see you. If you're in the building and you got eyes on me, press like for your boy. You heard? We started off the game pretty decent. We scored 34 points in the first quarter. The pace of the first unit is always a concern for me because they don't play at a high pace, with Alec Burke running the point. But soon as my boy IQ came in, it was an immediate switch in tempo, and this is why I keep on saying that Kev in the building, Team Knicks and Ish, JJ Jackson, Team Knicks and Ish, you already know the vibes. Soon as they put my boy IQ in, immediate tempo change in this game. IQ started off this game like he ended off the last game, hot like fish grease. It's hot like fish grease. I love Quick's game, man. I love Quick's game. Quick, my fault. I'm getting distracted by notifications on my other phone. Quick, I love Quick's game, man. How he Denise, I see you. Shout out to Denise in the comments. He definitely did do the damn thing. He came out hot like fish grease, you know what I mean? So I love his game. I love the fact that he pushes every chance that he get. He pushed the ball up the court every chance that he gets easy offense for us. We actually get at every game that Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin is on the court, we get at least 6 points from a quick pass from Quickly to Obi Toppin on the break. At least 6 points. Real easy baskets. You feel me? And I love to see it because Quick, he pushes the pace, always has his head up when he's pushing the pace, willing to make the appropriate pass. And he did a lot of that tonight. Quickly's passing potential doesn't always show up in his assist stats. You feel me? Because he does a lot of passes that leads to fouls and leads to the other pass, like the hockey assist as they call it. That's what Quickly does. He had 3 assists today. He finished the game with 18.6 rebounds, 3 assists. The boy was balling. You feel me? Quickly was absolutely balling and played 31 minutes. I think he should be starting, honestly. I don't see the reason for Alec Burke to be starting that point guard any longer. We already know that Quick is the point guard of the future for this team. That's my belief. You know, that's my belief that Quick is the starting point guard of the future for this team. Fast Traz in the building. Team Nixon issue already know the vibery. You feel me? Yeah, shout out, shout out to my guy Quick, man. He's definitely a difference maker. Even when he's allowed to take point guard duties, with the first unit, he makes a difference when he's allowed to take the point guard duties in the first unit. And I say allowed because most of the time when he's on the court with Alec Burke, Coach Tommy T's game plan is still to have the offense be initiated through Alec Burke as the one and Quick plays more off ball, which is absolutely ridiculous to me. When Quickly's on the court, Quickly should be initiating offense all the time. When Quick is initiating the offense, this is when you see Julius Randle. Solomon, why are you here? Why are you here? You're not welcome here. I appreciate you telling me that my audio's low, but you're not welcome here, bro. It seemed like everybody else can hear me pretty well, but you're not welcome here. So warn yourself. You're my guy. Mad love for you, but you're not welcome here. Don't make me block you, fam. Yeah, so back to what I was saying, like, even when Quick's running the offense and, you know, people be hating on Julius and Julius is on the court, Julius plays different when Quick is running point. You see Julius hustle back on offense more often. You see it's more energy and you see less Julius standing around dribbling the ball a million times. You see less of that stuff when Quick is allowed to run point guard with the starting unit. Because he likes to watch the only team that matters in New York. And the Brian in the building. That's Big Nick fan energy in the building. You heard? Kevin Wallace, I see you, bro. Thank you for making sure my audio is right. Thank you, sir. But yeah, it's a major difference in this team when Quick is running point. Quick still dribbles just a little bit too much for me sometimes, but is effective because he gets to his spots. He gets to where he wants to get on the court, and he has really good court vision. And to me, if we don't get a point guard this offseason, I am totally fine with Quickly starting at point guard. Totally fine at this point. Totally fine at Quickly starting at point guard. Oh, that's mad funny. Yo, this is true, and he does less of it when Quickly's on the court. Dwayne in the building, I see you. Stephen Kennedy in the building, I see you. And you speaking nothing but facts, right? So I gotta. So yeah, and I agree with you, and I'm gonna tell you why I agree with you, Anna. Because again, when Quickly is allowed to run the point in the starting unit, Randle brings the ball up less. He does less of that dribbling. Quickly makes him have to sprint up the floor because Quick sprints up the floor. And if Jules wants to be a part of the offense, when Quickly is running point, he's going to have to run the floor. And that's why I love when Quick is on the court running point. In contrast to Alec Burke, you feel me? Which is another comment that you put up. In contrast to Alec Burke, who doesn't necessarily, you could tell that he doesn't even want to run point guard anyway, who's more willing to give up the ball to Julius Randle to bring it up the court than Quickly. Quickly is going to get that ball to bring the ball up the court when he's allowed to run point. But the sad part about it is Coach Tommy T, when Quickly and Burks is on the court at the same time, he still allows Burks to run the one over Emmanuel Quickly. And you notice that Burks bring the ball up the court more when he's on the court with Quickly. Quickly usually is over in the corner somewhere instead of initiating offense where he should be. You feel me? You pulling up, Fraz? Bet. I don't know if you still got the link, bro. I don't know if you still got the link, but if you got the link in it, I don't know if that link gonna work. And I'm already on the show to send you the link now. Hold on, let me see. Pardon me. I gotta see if I can send a link to my guy Fraz real quick. You heard? But yeah, it's definitely a difference when Quick's allowed to run the point. And it's sad that when Burks is on the court with Quick, Coach Tommy T still allows Burks to play the one, which doesn't make sense to me. Because, like Anna said, Burks is best when he's playing his natural position. You feel me? Like when he's playing the 2 or the 3, when he's not taking on the task of running point guard, that's when he's at his best, right? But when he's not doing that and has to run point, bruh, it is bad business. Hold on, I'm multitasking right now. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah, but Quick is that guy. I'm sorry, Fraz. It's taking too long and it's distracting me right now, bro. Yeah, hold on. Oh, there we go. Give me 1 second, y'all. My fault. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying Fraz, but it ain't working right now, Playboy. Nah, we're not doing all that. My bad, Fraz. I can't send the link, bro, because that shit gonna take too long. But yeah, Tibbs be killing me with that. But one thing about this game I didn't like. One thing about this game I didn't like is how much we were shooting 3-pointers. It hurt my head. Yeah, Steve, I was trying to get one of the bros live, but it's taking too long. I can't do it. I can't do it. You feel me? As a matter of fact, I'm feeling generous today. All my people in here, if you want to pull up and talk to T Time, the link is in the comments. Pull up, I'll add you to the studio, you heard? And you can have a conversation with your boy. You heard? The link is in the comments. It's a StreamYard app. 1, 2, 3 setup process. All you gotta do is enter your email, and that's it. Pull up and chat with your boy. But yeah, I hated all the 3-pointers we were shooting today. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. We shot atrocious from 3-point range, and we kept on doing it. We shot at 32% from 3-point range today. I think we shot like 30-something 3-pointers, and we kept on chucking them up. And they weren't even really good 3-point shots. It wasn't the nice open ones. There were ones where there was no ball movement and just a lot of dribbling and a pull up on a contested 3-point shot. Horrible offense. That is bad offense. And if you look at any one reason why, the Pistons were allowed to come back into this game, that is a major reason, because we started relying on a 3-point shot that wasn't even falling for us in the first place. 41. Shit. I didn't even know it was that many. Yo, Wallace, yo, Kevin, I didn't even know it was that many, bro. I thought we was like in like the mid-30s. 41 3-point shots, and we shot it at 32%. Yeah, at one point in the beginning of the third quarter, yo, Kev, Steven, do your thing, Playboy, pull up on me. At one point in the third quarter, we shot 5 shots in a row and missed all of them, and 4 of them were 3-pointers. Like, that's bad offense. That's bad offense. That's the reason, if you want to look at a reason why that the Pistons were able to claw their way back into this game. it was because of that. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Kevin with the stats. We shot 41, made 13. That's not good. That's not good. You shouldn't be taking that many 3-pointers. Of course, there were some big ones hit in this game. Julius Randle hit a big 3-pointer to send us back up at 5-5 at one point. I think Alec Burke hit a big 3-pointer. Quick hit a big three. Like it was a few of those crucial threes, but for 41 3-pointers, we are not that team. We are not that team to be shooting 41 3-pointers on a nightly basis. And people want to say that it's because it's the way that the NBA is now. That's no excuse. You feel me? Because even the Splash Brothers, when they shot their best years, didn't shoot 41 3-pointers per game. They shot somewhere around 30-something 3-pointers. The Splash Brothers have never that team has never led the league in 3-pointers made. Maybe in the beginning years when they started to change the spectrum of how basketball is played, but once they solidified their offense, bruh, they weren't even in the most recent of years the ones taking the most 3-pointers, and majority of the time they played with two of the greatest 3-point shooters in NBA history. We don't have two of the greatest 3-point shooters in NBA history. There's no reason for us to be taking 41 3-pointers a game. If you're hot, I understand. Absolutely. If you're smoking on fire and you're making everything, yes, shoot to your heart's content, right? But once you stop making them, you have to stop shooting them. This is facts, right? Like you don't keep on shooting them if you're not making them, right? So that's one of my major issues with this game. Another issue I had is the first unit came out in the second half, they came out lethargic, and Tibbs waited too long just to get IQ back into the game, to breathe some life back into the offense. We was up 21 at one point, and they were able to bring it back down to like 8 points before there was even a substitution, and that is unacceptable. What he did do good, he didn't bring Evan Fournier back in because Evan was getting cooked on the defensive end and wasn't particularly shooting well, even though in the third quarter he hit like 2 or 3 3-pointers back to back. He didn't really have a great shooting game. Stephen Kennedy's about to pull up. I'm waiting for his video to his picture to load and all that. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yeah, but shout out to the team though, because how many times this season we seen this team in similar situations drop the bag? Shout out to Alec Burke with that crucial defensive play at the end of the game. A while ago I was saying that somebody said that they never seen Alec Burke like make an on-ball stop himself, and what a time to show up and show an on-ball stop for yourself. You feel me? I still got a few people that didn't like this live yet, and I need y'all to do that for your boy. Help me crack these algorithms. Let me see if I can help Steven out. Yo, Steven, man, you on the screen, but you gotta turn on your video, Playboy. You gotta turn on your video. There we go. I mean, this is the first time me actually seeing what you look like, bro. Shout out to you.
Not the first, the second time.
You did a live with me before?
Like shit. Trying to multitask. I got like my headphones on you on YouTube, then I got you on Safari on here, so I'm hearing it like back and forth. Give me a sec.
Get right, bro. Get right. Yeah. All right. You good?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let me focus on one sound device.
Yeah, because that lag is gonna fuck you up, son.
Yeah. On the streaming stick, it's gonna fuck me up bad.
Yeah. So bro. Yeah, I was just talking about Alec Burke and that crucial stop at the end of the game and how we didn't completely drop the bag like we usually do.
Yeah, of course.
In these stretch of games, because I know if you like me, down the stretch of the game, it started to feel real familiar.
Oh yeah, for sure. In Nick fashion, that's how it always is. You up by a lot, and then the leads start going away, or you're down by a lot, and you come back real close, only to fall short. That's Knicks fans in general.
Bruh,
how it is.
they cut that lead to 2. You know, if you, for those who don't know, I do a lot of spaces every game, and we talk about the game on Twitter on Spaces by
Yeah.
yeah. So if you ain't already, I'm not just you, Steven, everybody watching. If you ain't already following us on Twitter, you should do that. You know what I mean?
Only reason you don't catch me on Twitter is because I be streaming the games on my TV. So,
Yeah, I respect
that
it.
shit, during a commercial or something.
Yeah, I respect it. Yeah, but yeah, so I forgot what I was about to say. God damn. I sidetracked myself.
You were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about the
Oh,
point
no.
guard situation.
Yeah.
right?
No, I was talking about Kev Wallace is pulling up. I was talking about we got a bunch in a lively bunch in here today. Hold on. Let me see if I need to switch this up because this ain't gonna work the way it is. Yeah, y'all both on the screen. They can see y'all. Shout out to Kev Wallace on the pull up. Yeah, but what I was saying is that we was we was on the spaces and we got the spaces was quiet, bro. In that last 2 minutes, the spaces was quiet.
That's how it be, man. That's the prayer moment. Everybody's praying right now.
Everybody was watching the game like this. Except for one dude. Me and him had a back and forth on spaces, but I'm not gonna talk about that here. But yeah, it was quiet.
You're just praying everything works out. That's all it is.
But shout out to the team for sticking with it and not letting go of the rope, man. And that's something that we've done. We've seen too many times. And I thought it was going to happen again today. I'm glad it didn't. But I will say this. This is a discussion piece, and I'm going to let you guys actively talk in this discussion. I know I'm being very long-winded right now. But, I was having discussion on spaces. It wasn't even a discussion, but he brought it up. Late game, he was blaming everything on Julius Randle, like most Knicks fans.
Yeah, turnovers, bad shot selection, that shit,
Yeah, which was. I'm not saying Julius Randle was playing a perfect fourth quarter, but my thing, the comeback wasn't just him, and I wasn't even getting at that. I'm getting at the comparison of how we judge players now at this stage of the season and how we're judging Julius Randle versus how we're judging RJ Barrett. I'm a pro RJ guy. Yeah, I mean, I if you watch me, you know this. You feel me?
Jersey I get is an RJ Barrett jersey.
Yeah, you guys both watch me, so y'all know I'm super pro RJ Barrett. But I'm saying all that to say, I think it's unfair how we're judging Julius Randle versus how we're judging RJ Barrett. Because I'm just going to give you the stat lines.
Right.
You have fans that saying Julius Randle's had a horrible game and he sucks. They can't wait for him to get off the team. But I'm going to give you both of their stat lines, right? Julius Randle, 20 points. RJ Barrett, 21 points. They both shot identical 39% from the field. Atrocious.
That's not good.
And efficient.
Identically, they shot 7 for 18 from the field.
Yeah, that's not good, man.
Both of them shot 1 for 5 from 3-point range.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett had 3 more rebounds. Julius had 4. RJ had 7. They both had 2 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my question to both of y'all, is it fair the way that Julius Randle is getting judged when RJ Barrett has not been effective, like efficient? That's the right
Well, you're right. It's not fair, but I would argue that it's never fair when a Knicks fan has somebody that their team drafts, they treat them better than somebody that they get in free agency or trade. That's how it's always been. That's how it always is. Look at Frank Ntilikina. Look at Knox. He'll get better with time. Any draft pick, you name it, they made excuses for them. It didn't matter. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
With Grimes, did the same thing with Mitch when Mitch was up all day playing Fortnite instead of working on his game. We make excuses for every draft pick that we draft because we look towards the future because things will get better, we hope, as their game evolves and they'll carry the franchise on its back. We did that with KP. Remember, he was always hurt. And then he had that 1 year that he was averaging 30, and we're like, yo, these are Patrick Ewing numbers. This is great. Then he kind of injures him. He tears his ACL, and then it's like, shit, we need to get rid of him now. He can't stay healthy. We need to get him out of here type shit. So it's the same thing. With Randle, he's not going to get that fair treatment. So he took the money. We gave him the money. He's got to perform and average 25 a game. You're the best player on the team, most improved. You got the trophy for it. You showed everybody that, hey, I'm more than just a rebounder / dunker. I can do a little thing. Great. Then do it consistently. I don't want to see 4 points one night and then 20 another night on shit field goals, and then 30 one night, like I'm an all-star, I should have been voted in, and then the next night you get 10. Like, that's not good. That's not fucking
It's not good at all.
And you can't shoot at a position where everybody's looking for a stretch four. At the power forward position, that's what you need, and he's just your prototypical Charles Oakley guy. I'm going to get offensive rebounds and lay it in. That's my game. I'm going to work it in the post back to the basket like I'm Karl Malone type shit. Nobody does that anymore. When you want a front court power forward, you looking at Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Durant, KP back when he was good. Not shit right now, but you know, back in the day, the stretch four, Sabonis, shooting threes, mid-range shots, post-up. You got to do more than just read and dunk it. And Knicks fans want to see more. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're so hard on him. That's the only reason. It's not because of, like, any hate for the guy. Dude, you know, it's not personal.
Oh, nah. A lot of Knicks fans got hate for the guy.
A lot. Personal, not. Trust me, it's not. It's more towards management than anything else.
Yo.
Like, Knicks fans are more angry at management, and they're taking it out on Randall because he's the latest, you know.
Yo, Steve, I'm going to say this, and Wallace, I'm going to let you go right after. I was just going to say this real quick. The reason why I say that is absolute hate, because there's the most baseless things being said about Julius Randle. And granted, I agree that his attitude sometimes on the court is not the model of what you want. You feel me? But
I mean, look at Jimmy Butler. I mean, you could say the same thing for him with the fight in Miami.
But to say that he's a cancer in the locker room when everything that you heard that his teammates have said about him has been positive. Like, even the guy that, you know, that everybody says that is holding him back. I mean, that he's holding back. Obi Toppin goes, Julius Randle's always teaching me.
They said the same thing about Carmelo Anthony. They say he was a cancer, a ball stopper, and all his teammates loved him. Lance Thomas pointed out, said he was a great leader. Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, they all said he was a great leader. We just, like, not producing.
Yeah, and that's my point. So Kev, I want you to, about the previous point about Julius Randle's treatment, do you think it's fair?
Hell nah, because, you know, not everybody, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, not everybody's like a vocal leader. I mean, they lead behind closed doors and shit like that. And like y'all said, you know, everyone says he's such a great teammate, things like that. Everybody makes boneheaded plays, certain games. Sometimes it's just untimely. But, you know, people are passionate about the game, and the call don't go your way, that could turn the momentum around. And, you know, that's why he get a lot of flack for the shit he do.
Yeah, this
There'd
is
be untimely technical fouls because, you know, you didn't get that call that was supposed to go your way.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like these refs be getting paid because, you know.
Yo, they be washing him up when he drive to the rim.
Oh yeah.
They be washing him up. But yo, to your point about the turnovers, right? I did a thing a while back comparing Julius Randle to, like, because he's a 10 and 5 guy. There's only two
compared to Giannis and Jokic.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah. And then I also did
Giannis and Jokic over him. I'm just saying, like,
no, absolutely. I'll still take him. I'm not saying that he's on their level, but I'm saying, like, you have to take notice when those are the only two guys in the NBA with those numbers, and he's in that company. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying that he's on the same talent level. I'll take Jokic and Giannis over Julius Randle in a heartbeat.
Thank you.
I'll probably give a kid. I'll give a kidney in that trade for Julius Randle for one of those guys. So look, I'm saying, with all that I'm saying is that I also did the turnovers that they averaging per game.
Yeah.
Julius Randle fits right in between them. I can't remember which one of them had higher.
I think we're talking about Jokic had a little more, but you got to remember, no Jamal Murray.
He got the ball all the time.
He's by himself. Randall got, a center who could dunk that he could throw lobs to.
But he
Got
has
a shooter at Fournier, catch and shoot, Alec Burks.
but he
got a
has no point guard to
quickly
initiate
could shoot,
now. But remember, Quickly wasn't getting those minutes in those crucial moments when we were getting turnovers. Like that was Derrick Rose.
True, but
You
I'm
feel
saying
me?
in general,
he played most of the season without a legitimate point guard.
Got the minutes, Quickly would come off the bench, and then Randall would have Quickly. Then he would have Fournier at shooting guard, so that's two shooters. Then you got RJ in the corner who could shoot it, even though as of late he's kind of been like, 50-50 on it. He'd be bricking one and then he'll be greening one with a hand in his face. You don't know with that shit. But he's got three shooters, and Jokic got players we don't even know. Like, see, I'm being real with you. When I look at the Nuggets team, half of these players I don't even know. I look at them, I'm like, where did they come from?
Their system is a whole lot better. It's a whole lot. There's a
whole
lot more off the ball movement.
That's the difference.
It is a whole lot more off the ball movement. Jokic is 100,000% a better passer than Julius Randle ever will be. You feel me? Like that, and those makes a difference. You feel me? Their system that they run is just a whole lot better.
Yeah, you got Popovich comparing him to Larry Bird. Like when you do that, like you're basically saying he's an all-around, like the pinnacle of all-around player. You never heard anybody compare LeBron to Larry Bird. They always just put him above him because he's more athletic, longevity. He didn't have back problems. Averaging 25 for how many years? But this is his 19th season. He's 37 years old, averaging 28. Shit like that. Yeah,
I'll take Larry Legend over a lot of people, and I'll probably get a lot of arguments for Larry.
Yeah.
I'll take Larry Bird over Kevin Durant. You feel me? But yeah,
I take Larry Bird over anybody at the small forward position just because 50, 40, 90. That's it. Literally 50, 40, 90, and he can actually post up, which KD can't really do.
Yeah.
When you saw Pat Beverly, leaning into him, and he couldn't even back down. Like, he's 7 foot. Like, that's a problem.
Nah, but my whole point with Julius Randle is, like, yes, he does a lot of shit that's messed up. You feel me? But for him to be burned at the stake the way he is outrageous to me, because there's still a lot of good things he does. Julius Randle with a legitimate point guard playing alongside him is a different animal.
Yeah.
He's not taking so many contested three-point shots. He's taking the wide open ones. That's the big difference between him shooting this year and last year. He's taking a lot of off the dribble with a man in his face three-pointers. When last year, most of the three-pointers he took was wide open.
And not only that, the mid-range shots he took last year were mismatches. He would have a guy like Terry Rozier on him, and he would take an off the dribble in his face like he's mellow, but he got like a 9-inch height advantage over Terry Rozier. You know what I'm saying? Now he's being guarded by people who play his position, and he's trying to take those shots, and he's realizing, damn, I'm not as good as I thought I was.
And they're collapsing on him every time.
Dude. He tries to post up and spin. There's two guys forming a wall on him. So now he has to resort to step back fadeaways, which ain't in his.
And I hate that because he do that a lot against a small defender. I can't stand that.
Yeah, that's a
put
fact.
your body into him and run to the rim, yo. Don't fade away against
but you know what it is, though?
defender.
He doesn't have a lot of height. That's the reason why he doesn't body and go at the rim. Like, he's smaller. He's undersized at his position. So he feels like I gotta create separation.
Yeah, he's a tweener.
This dude, and he's not built for that type of finesse. Like, he's 265 pounds. We said
something like that.
You know what I'm saying. He's built to like hit people. You know, he could be a football player with that type of weight.
This is why I think Emmanuel quickly needs to start, because Emmanuel quickly put him in positions where he makes those quick decisions. Like, because quickly he's going to do the breaking down of the defense, and it's going to allow Julius Randle to either make the decision, shoot or drop. And Derrick Rose did that a lot for Julius Randle last year. Like, it was a lot of situations where it was either shoot or drop because Derrick Rose did the hard work already of breaking down the defense. Now, when you put him on the court with Alec Burke don't really break down the defense, because when Alec Burke drives, he's looking to shoot. He's not looking to dish the ball, because he's going to penetrate, do that stupid ass flailing and throw the ball up at the rim. And Julius Randle is forced to create for himself way more than he should, especially when defenses are geared up to stop him.
I
feel
agree. He's forced to create for himself more than he should because they got tape on him now. Like they know his moves now. They know what he goes to and where he like to be. But he's forced to create for himself because the GM put him in a position where his game can't be utilized to the best of his
right.
ability, no matter what point guard you have there. I'm being real with you. You could put Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, name any point guard and leave and put them on this team. The other parts around them make Julius Randle's game harder to play. If you're playing with a guy like Mitch, who's a lob city threat, who's got no post game, can't shoot a catch and shoot like Bam, Aiden, or any of the other bigs from 15 feet or 5 feet baseline, can't do any of that. And then you're asking him to drive to the rim because that's his game, slash into the rim, with Mitch down low, with his man bringing his man left and right, waiting to wall him up.
And Mitch
Like,
can't catch.
that's so hard to score. You're basically asking him, like, you got to hide back door or you got to be a stretch four, and he's not a stretch four. So it's like that's horrible.
None of the fours on our team are stretch fours. But like Obi's not a stretch four, and Tibbs is trying to use Obi in that manner, which is absolutely ridiculous.
About it. Like you can't use Obi the way you can't use Randall, and you can't use Obi the way they have to be because your center can't shoot. Like your center is a liability on offense. He's the 7-foot Frank Ntilikina on offense. The only thing he can do is dunk from right underneath the rim. They were saying this about Rudy Gobert 2 years ago. They were saying, like, yo, they had to take Rudy Gobert off the floor because he was such a liability. He had no hook shot, no fadeaway. He couldn't hit a 5-foot layup, jump shot, like nothing. There's nothing they can do.
So, to go along with that, now we talk about his contract. You feel me? And a lack of extension so far. Somebody, I didn't do the research myself, but somebody said that his rookie extension is like $48 million for 4 years. I don't know if I mind giving him $48 million for 4 years. That translates to like $12 million or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that, but also am not mad if he decides not to stay because I think Jericho Sims is going to be a better basketball player than him.
See, I don't believe that, but I will say Jericho Sims is the better option because he's cheaper now and he's more mobile, so he can guard the three-point line better. So if you want to run the small ball lineup, that's a better fit for Randall than having a tall guy who can't really move, blocking his path to the rim. That's better, but I wouldn't say it's ideal. I would prefer you trade Mitch for a stretch five, someone like Vucevic. I'm not saying it has to be Vucevic. I'm saying just a guy who can
hit that shot,
who can just stand there and space the floor for him and make the center come out of the paint. So Randall, all he has to do is do pick and roll, dunk. That's all I want to see. Pick and roll, dunk. Don't dribble. Don't post up. Don't shoot. Don't move.
No.
Set a screen. Roll. That's all.
Randall could be effective in a pick and pop situation. I'm not saying he does it every play. You feel me? But you can mix it up with Julius Randle with pick and roll, pick and pop.
You can, but do you want to? Like that's not really like ideal.
My thing is he only takes the wide open ones. That's my problem. Like, hey, you only shoot the wide open threes, bro. Like, that's the only threes I want to see you shoot. You're wide open. Nobody within 10, 15 feet of you. Shoot those. You feel me? Like, but
it's like when you're so bad at shooting, there comes a point where it's like, yo, don't shoot because you're so bad at it. I don't want to see you brick it, and then everybody have to run back and exert themselves on defense because you can't hit a wide open shot. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do with Russell Westbrook in LA. That's why they want to get rid of him because he's so bad at shooting that they don't want him to shoot. Even when he's open, they're like, don't shoot it. Give it to LeBron with two people in the low post because that's a higher percentage shot than you shooting a wide open three. That's how it is. It's
the reason why Julius Randle had a higher 3-point shooting percentage because he didn't take as many. Like, he didn't take as many last year. And that's what I'm saying. Only take the open ones. You should not be shooting more than 3 3-pointers a game. You feel me?
Let's make it 2. Let's make it 2.
Yeah,
2.
2.
Please. 2.
Get your ass in that post.
So like he gets 1 and then it's 50% from 3, and we could say, hey, 50, 40, 90 plus. You know what I mean? Like just 2. No more than 2. That's it. It's fine.
I'll take 3, 4 at max. You feel me? Any more you shoot any more than 4.
Yeah, but if he shoots
shooting
3, he can go 1 for 3. That's 33% from 3. That ain't good, bro. That ain't good. That's below league average at center, not even power forward. Like, we're in a different league now.
But I do agree with what you were saying earlier about the I was saying that on the spaces, sign and trade for Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, you got it.
Whether it be a point guard or a stretch 5, stretch 5 never even popped into my thought process. I was thinking more
about that, bro, because if you get a stretch 5, Randall's game will open up.
What you say makes a lot of sense.
A great point guard. You could just get an average pick and roll pass first point guard who could hit the floater like quickly or the mid-range shot, and this team is gonna win more games because Randall's game is gonna explode.
What you're saying makes a lot of sense. What you're saying is it makes a lot of sense. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. You feel me? I'm just saying
close games they'll hit free throws because they can foul the stretch 5 instead of Randall or RJ. And then
it just didn't cross my mind because I was so focused on how deficient we was at the point guard position.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, if Mitch ain't gonna sign, we could do a sign and trade. And I still think that we don't need a great point guard. We need a solid point guard. You know, somebody who can, like you said, a great pick and roll guy that can also make his own shots. You feel me? Create for himself a little bit. Somebody that's going to give you about 12 to 14 a night, you know, efficiently.
Like you can win 40 games with Elfrid Payton. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pros who could slip on an ice cube and be out for 2 years with a like, you know, you don't need nobody fancy. You don't need like Kyrie, Steph, nothing crazy like
that. But
the
difference between Elfrid and what we had at point guard now, Elfrid could run the pick and roll.
Yeah. And Elfrid could run the pick and roll.
Even though he sucked at finishing when he was with us, he was still a threat to finish. You know, he couldn't shoot worth shit, but at least you had to honor him driving to the basket because he was going to try to score on you going to the basket, and he could make the pass. We haven't had that up until recently with Quickly, and I still don't understand why Quickly's not starting. But
our issue with Payton driving to the basket was he always drove on 2 people. He never took the wide open one that was available. He always passed it up. And then he would take it over 2 people and we'd be scratching our head like, yo, what is he doing?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
But to land the plane that I was flying, that's what we need. We need somebody to be just solid at that point guard.
Yeah.
Alec Burke is not it. I love Alec Burke in the role that he's destined for. Come off the bench, get us some buckets. You feel me? Play some solid defense and go on about your business.
I agree. He's not a point guard, but I'd rather have Burks than D Rose. Like some of y'all were talking about D Rose because he's a former MVP. He knows the pick and roll. Him and Tibbs get along. We're gonna win games. Get this play in. If D Rose was healthy all year long, that ain't happening, bro. The dude can't shoot. The he drives to the rim and he's old. He's old and his game is driving to the rim. We won game 2 last year off of contested layups from D Rose. D Rose over the last hit those shots were miracles. I was scratching my head. I was like, amazing.
D Rose over the last 2 seasons shot. I think the season before he came to the Knicks, he shot 38% from 3, and then he shot.
Yeah, but he rarely took those threes. You get what I'm saying? And Randall's 3-point percentage would go up too if he rarely took them, but he jacks them up like he's Dirk Nowitzki.
And that's my point. We shot high 3-point efficiency last year because we didn't take a lot of them. That's part of the reason why we won these games because we wasn't jacking up. We shot 41 threes today, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Were they all from Aaron Burks? I hope so, because those are the only guys I know, and maybe Quickly every now and then.
RJ shot 5.
Those are the only guys that should be shooting.
RJ shot 5. Randall shot 5. I think Fournier shot.
McBride shot 6. And missed 5.
Okay, I can understand McBride shooting.
Fournier shot 10.
RJ shouldn't have shot that many threes. That's a little overkill for him. He trying to be Kobe right now. Need to chill.
Fournier shot 10 and missed 3. That's why you didn't see him in the 4th quarter. McBride shot 5. Obi shot 2. Missed both of them.
Okay.
Obi was open. Need to see more Fournier on the bench in the 4th quarter.
Nah, one of the shots Obi wasn't open. He did a pump fake. and a little step back move allowed the defender to get back and contest the shot. It was an awkward shot with the shot clock. I mean, the game clock going down. It wasn't a good shot. He should have just pulled up for the. He should have pulled up for the midi. Obi has a decent mid range.
RJ would dribble up and dribble pull up in somebody's face like he's Kobe or some shit. I'd be looking at him like, yo, where the fuck is this coming from? Like,
but he'll pass up the wide open mid range jump shots. It kills me with RJ.
Yeah.
Like he'll go and drive on a contested layup and pass up an open midi, but then take a contested midi.
Randall last year too. He passed up a lot of mid range shots to take like contested like paint shots to get the rebound or draw the foul. And I'd be like, yo, it's right there. Just pull it. It's literally right there. Nobody can guard you. You got a point guard guard you who's 9 inches shorter than you. Just shoot it in his face. Like I don't.
And not a fadeaway.
Not a fadeaway, just like pull up in his face.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I get what you say. I'm saying Julius Randle usually have that mismatch and turn around with a fadeaway.
I'll be right back.
A step back,
you got it, bro.
Right, like, and I'd be
What's
like,
up?
Why? It don't make sense.
What y'all playing with?
Talk until he come back. Yeah, let me mute him till he come back. Get all that background noise. Yeah, but yeah, I agree, bro. And that's been a lot of the problems with this team. Like, remember in the beginning of the season, bro, we were shooting
like crap.
We were shooting because we were shooting like 30, 35, 43 pointers a night.
Yeah. But that was because Fournier dropped, what was it, 33 points against Boston. After that, they just started saying, yo, we could light this league up after that game.
We Golden State now.
Yeah, after double OT, yeah, they felt like Golden State. That shit drove me mad.
It was not enough penetrating, breaking down the basket. That's largely due to Kemba being a shadow of himself. The fact that Kemba was settling for so many 3-pointers, and I'm like, bro, you could take this guy off the dribble. He be having centers on him. I'm like, I know you could take him off the dribble. Nope. Step back.
Father trying to hit him, bro. He's tired. Like you know your legs are tired when you settle in for jump shot.
We put way too much stock in the signing of the organization put way too much stock in the signing of let me unmute you. The organization put way too much stock in the signing of Kemba Walker this offseason. They relied on that way too much. For it to be a low risk, high reward situation, it shouldn't have been that much value put on if Kemba Walker is going to perform.
Do you remember what they said when we signed Fournier? They said, we're signing a guy in Orlando who averaged 20 points per game carrying the Magic, and he was a two-way player. That's what they were saying before we got him. They said he's going to replace Bullock on defense, and he's going to actually be able to hit his shots. That's what they were saying. I looked at them like, are you high?
Who said that he was a two-way player?
Right. Who said that?
Alan Hans and all them dudes from MSU. That's what they were saying. They were saying he's a two-way shooting guard.
Are they on drugs?
Open shots off the dribble from 3, mid-range. He's going to be the whole package, the second guy to help Randall, Julius Randle, and then RJ would be the third guy helping out because he's young. And that was going to expand our team. I was like, nah, bro.
You know what's the difference between Evan Fournier, the way he played with the Knicks for most of the season in Orlando, is the scheme that they run. Evan Fournier I used to hate playing Evan Fournier because I know whoever's guarding him was not going to be able to keep up with him coming off screens, and he was going to light us the fuck up. And he did every time. And we don't do none of that for Evan here. Evan don't get ran off of no screens.
And you know what's funny? Randall's the one that's supposed to be setting those screens because they're both offensive weapons. So if Randall rolls and he sets the screen for Fournier, then the defense has to say, do we switch or do we go over the screen? But he doesn't do that.
The difference is what you're talking about is I don't want Evan to be shooting off the dribble, coming off a screen and rolls that much. What I'm saying is when I saw him in Orlando, he was coming off of off-ball screens like he was Reggie Miller, son. Like like that's how they ran. That's when you get 20-point Evan Fournier. That's when you get 20-point a game Evan Fournier, when he's consistently running off a screen and doing a whole lot of catching and shooting. Not what he has to do here. I don't want to see him doing the fucking James Harden in between the legs into a step back.
That's that shit that he been
doing. No, I don't want to see that Evan Fournier. I want to see Evan Fournier coming off
coming off screen.
I kicked out my charger for my laptop. when she was about to die on me.
Notice that those plays you talking about, we run them, but we run them with Mitch. Like Mitch will set the screen and Fournier will go around and then he'll lean in for a 3-point shot trying to get like a 4-point play, or he'll go around and he'll drift left and pull it up like a drifting free to get the shot on. If you do that with Randall, it's way easier to score. You'll get a better look. When you do it with Mitch, the defense is like, stop Fournier. Mitch can't shoot, so forget about Mitch. We'll get him later when he rolls to the rim. Later, if he passes it, which doesn't make sense. But if you do it with Randall, then you got two options. You could pick and roll, or you could pick and pop. You know, I don't want Randall pick and popping, but, you know, it's an option. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Mitch. Mitch can't even shoot the shit. Randall could at least pull it.
So now, all right. So now this begs a question, right? I know everybody looks good in practice, right? Everybody. They put up highlight reel videos and they look fucking amazing.
You know,
right?
Tyson Chandler was shooting threes in practice in the 2012-2013 season.
But they never let him
like
shoot them.
Steph Curry in the left corner. He was pulling them, knocking them down.
But the thing is, they never let him do it. Like, and you know, Mitch showed us a little peek into his game that he has a little bit of offensive bag when he took. I forgot who he took off the dribble, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, and Mitch has been crying that to free him offensively,
right?
So it's part Mitch not having the obvious tools to do what he thinks he could do, and it's part of the coaching staff be like, no. Don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that. No, shoot a mid-range what? No, don't. Shoot a three from where? No, don't do that.
Like,
get to the rim, get offensive rebounds. You feel me? Like that's what they're telling him to do versus what we don't know what he actually could do because Mitch has been crying for the last 2 years.
Yeah,
like let him ball, and I would like to see if he could. Like the season is over now. Like you feel me? Like fuck it, go ahead, bitch.
Right.
Go ahead, shoot. Pull. If you make it good, because like who would have thought Taj would be good at shooting 3 points?
Yeah, I mean I knew Taj could shoot from there, but I didn't think he would actually do it. I thought he was just gonna come off the bench, roll, and like lay it up. That was it. Once he started shooting it, I was questioning why we have Mitch. Because the only thing Mitch does is play really good defense. That's it. He's not a great rebounder. He can't post up, can't shoot. He misses all his free throws. Like, what are you paying him for?
If Taj had this 3-point shot about 5 years ago.
Yeah. Did you see the one in Oklahoma City? He launched that shit up and hit it. I looked at that shit. I'm like, yo, how do you do that?
Yo, Taj, if he had that 3-point shot 5 years ago, we would talk about Taj in the All-Star game because he could do everything that you just mentioned Mitch can't do.
Yeah, he could hit free throws, shoot from mid-range. He could post up. He's got a post up. He's got a fadeaway. But it's from like 5 feet. I wouldn't go like, high post or anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, he's got some moves.
But the reason why you don't play Taj is because Taj can't play the 5 against prototypical centers. Yep. Like, it's too big of a mismatch. He tries his hardest, but he's overwhelmed. He's giving up too much height, too much weight. Like, you just can't do it. Now, when we playing Taj at the 4, I like everything I see from Taj playing at the 4 when Julius Randle was out. I was like, oh,
they said about Al Horford. That's the same thing they said about Al Horford. He can't play center no more. We got to put him at power forward. He's like, for his size advantage in the post and shit. They tried that shit out, and then the reality came in that Father Time slowed him down. He can no longer play his original position. He can only play center because if you put him at power forward, he's too slow.
And then you know what's crazy? Al Horford played 4 in college. He didn't play the 5. He played 5 when he came to the NBA because Atlanta didn't have no other choice. And it was like, oh, you're pretty good at this, so stay there.
Just kept it, Like Atlanta was like, we need a center, so you stay there until we find one, and they finally got one. He's gone.
Yeah. When they finally got one, he was out of there. But I love everything I see from Taj playing the 4. If Taj is going to be on the court, I need Taj at the 4. I don't want to, unless they playing small ball. If the other team is playing small ball, I don't mind seeing Taj at the 5.
He's just slow. Like, he plays too much with his hands, not his legs. Because, again, what is he, 37 years old? I mean,
37.
He's not in Chicago no more.
Yeah, he a year older than me. Word. And the
You
only reason
want
why
him
I
to
know
play
that,
the 4, but I don't think his legs can play the 4. You know what
the
I
only
mean?
reason why I know that is because I was watching, MSG, and they had a little Taj clip coming up, and he's talking about everywhere he from in Brooklyn. He's like, yeah, I went to junior high school 117. I'm like, I went to junior high school 117. Let me do my Google. And I saw he was a year older than me. I was like, oh shit, we went to junior high school at the same time.
Wow.
But I didn't know him because he's a year older than me. In junior high school, you stay with your class all day. So I didn't know him, but I thought that was fucking cool. It was like, shit, I went to school with Taj Gibson, son. You feel me? But
Yeah.
that's how I know he's 37. And he should,
Yeah.
and Taj should be playing more than 20 minutes a game. Like, if he playing 20 minutes is his limit. Like, put him down. Because he be looking like he about to die. You be seeing him breathe.
Let's bump it down to 12 minutes, bro. 12.
Right.
I mean,
Give Obi 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, it would be better for Obi to get 20, 25.
I agree.
12 because Taj, he can't move the way he used to. Like, you see it on defense. Like, he knows what he got to do, but his legs can't respond to what his head and his arms are telling him to do. Like, his arms are ready to like contest, and his legs are like on the right or left side behind the screen, trying to catch up to his body, like the upper part of his body. And he has to foul people just to get a stop. Like, it's horrible watching him on defense. It's horrible.
Shout out to my guy Maddie Smooth in the comments, man. But yeah, I agree, man. It's I just, all in all, right? This season is a wash.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When I look at what the future is for this team and look at like where we stand in the future, obviously we need a point guard. But the future look bright, man. There's a lot of things to be optimistic for.
Yeah, quickly, Grimes, RJ, that's the future. I don't look at anywhere else. Like, that's it.
I want us to re-sign Cam.
Really?
Absolutely.
When he started getting the PT, I was loving things I started to see from him once he started to get comfortable. You feel me? He brings to this team a lot of things that we needed, like a guy that can actually really create for himself. His game just looks so smooth. He's a gazelle running in the open court. He could finish with both hands. He's a legitimate 6'8", 6'9", like with really long arms. He might not be the best defender in the world, but
so what would you prefer? Like, this is a real quick question because I've been asking people because we have a small forward in RJ. Where would you play Cam? Would you play Cam at small forward and move RJ to shooting guard and put Grimes to the bench, which I don't want, or would you put Cam at power forward, start him with RJ and Grimes, look towards the future, and just ditch Randall? Like, and just move to the
ditch Fournier.
I would move RJ back to the 2. You feel me? Because he played the 2 last year.
Yeah, but do you like him at the 2? Because I don't. I prefer him at the small forward where he can beat his man off the dribble. Whereas at shooting guard, he kind of like he's going up against somebody who's as quick as him, where he's got to like actually create for himself.
I think he's a lot stronger than a lot of 2s. So that's where his advantage will lie. Him being stronger than a lot of 2s. That's why I'm not so pressed about keeping him at the 3, because I think now watching him learn how to control his strength a little bit better this year benefit him. And I think Cam is obviously a 3 or 4. Like, I don't think he can guard some 2. Switching won't be much of an issue,
right?
With that, but I like him better at the 3. I want Grimes coming off the bench because I still think he needs to develop. It's still parts of his game that I want to see him develop at. Like him being able to determine when to shoot, when to pump fake, when to drive. like every time you catch the ball, you don't have to shoot it. Like you don't.
Funny, I said that same thing about Frank Ntilikina: when to shoot, when not to shoot, when to pass, when to lay it up. Like, you're saying the same thing about Grimes, where you guys are higher on Grimes because he can actually hit a shot, right? Whereas Frank couldn't even hit anything.
And I think Grimes is a better defender, honestly.
Yeah.
I think Frank, don't get me wrong, Frank was a good defender, and I think that relied more on just his size. You feel me?
Yeah, his
Like,
arms, his wingspan.
yeah. Grimes is a legitimate pit bull Rottweiler dog that get him.
Got
He's
you.
scoring right now. Get him. You feel me? So that's the difference between those two, and he has a better shot. Like you said. Like
But
his
think
shot,
about this though for a second, because whether we go your route and move RJ to shooting guard, or we go my route, which is what I would like Cam at power forward, so you can switch on small ball lineup, and the shooting will fix the shooting in the front court, which we have at the free throw line because Cam can actually hit free throws.
Yeah.
Same with quickly, and then you get a stretch five. You're going to be better equipped in those close games to close them out because those guys, when they draw fouls, they can hit shots. Either
Right.
way, both of us have the same issue, and that's
Yeah.
that the GM fucked up. Because he extended Merckx, he signed Fournier. That's 2 shooting guards. You can't fit RJ at shooting guard now because then that puts both of them down.
Yeah.
And you got Grimes, who you want to see play. You ain't gonna get no playing time at that point. And then you got Rose, Kemba, and Quickly. You want to see Quickly play, and you got to fit minutes for Rose because of Tibbs. Because Tibbs is gonna love to play his boy Rose. So that means he's gonna be either a shooting guard off the bench or a point guard off the bench. Either way, he's not going to get a lot of minutes. And McBride, that dude you ride or die with, that guy's the future right there. He just got to play. He ain't getting no minutes. He's going straight to the G League. If those
That's a fact.
Another, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we all
is fucked because of the GM. Which
yeah,
you
we
got
all guard and wing heavy. We all guard and wing heavy. Me personally, I wouldn't be mad at watching IQ start next year. I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
I said that back in January. I wanted him to start. I said start quickly.
I think we all have, because I was going through. Yeah, I was going through my start quick and Grimes phase when we was thinking up the joint when Kemba and Evan was shit in the bed every night. I was like, yo, start these dudes.
And I was talking, you should start quickly. Put Burks at shooting guard because that's when they started the whole put Burks at point guard thing. And they won 5 games in a row, and then after that, we haven't heard since. We've been losing type shit. But put a shooting guard at shooting guard who can catch and shoot. Put a small forward who can hit corner threes. Get a power forward who can hit free throws and shoot on the wing. Get a center who can hit a baseline midi. I'm not saying you gotta be like Porzingis from the logo.
Give you that Kurt Thomas. Give you that Kurt Thomas feel with the mid range.
Yeah. I'm not asking you to be
that boy is automatic.
I'm just asking you to do something. You know what I mean? Like hit something.
Like if I was Mitch and I knew I had a contract year coming up, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna turn my offensive game into LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't need to do shit but catch it in a mid-range spot and shoot it. I'm 7-1. Nobody's gonna be able to block this shit. But if I work on the elbows, that's my spot. I'm shooting from the elbow. I'm not shooting from anywhere else. I'm shooting from the elbows.
That's the go-to move for centers in this league now is the mid-range shot. And B takes pull-up mid-range shots. Aiden does. Jokic does. Vucevic does. Sabonis does. Every center, power forward, you name it, in the front court can shoot. The Knicks got 2 guys who can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to win in close games when you got 2 guys who can draw the fouls for you who can't shoot from anywhere? Not the free throw line. The 3, they're inconsistent. They got no mid-range game. They can't even shoot from 5 feet without possibly missing it, like from real close with that floater shit that Taj hit, like, what was it, 2 games ago? Floater, he missed the layup at the end of the quarter. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? That's bad. That's really bad.
And another thing, I'm an RJ guy. Star J Barrett, that's my guy. But he has to be more efficient, bro. Like, I get it. Oh, everybody, he's averaging 26 since the All-Star break. Okay, but he's shooting 40% from the field, bro.
Especially if you move him to shooting guard. You think he's inefficient now? Wait till shooting guard when he's going to get wide open threes and you want him to be more efficient and he's bricking them shits. It's going to be real bad.
I think it's more of shot selection with RJ Barrett than it is his actual shoot. Like, he's taken a lot of bad three-pointers recently. Like, with guys contesting in his face. Like, bro, who told you was Steph? You feel me?
You know why he's doing that? He's trying to finish the season averaging 20 points per game. He has to average, what was it?
22.
25 points per game.
It was
Every
22.
single game. The next last 5-6 games or so on the schedule, if he puts up 25 each game, he'll finish the season averaging 20 points per game, which is what he wants because his contract season is up next year. You know what I'm saying? Like next year, like, you know, they decide if they extend or whatever, he'll be like, I averaged 20, the same as this motherfucker over here that you said was most improved player. You know, we believe in this guy. Didn't trade him at the deadline. I averaged the same points as him, and then he's gonna go to the table and say, "Give me my money." Because I'm 21 and I'm doing what your guy in his prime is doing for our team. You know
we don't even know what the incentives on his contract is now.
Yeah, because it's like once you draft, like it's always the fourth year where they
where you get, like or you have incentives. Like at this point, you should be if you're performing at this level, we give you like $1 million or some shit like that. So he might be playing for that extra 500,000 or whatever because the season's over. It's like fuck it. It's time for me to get paid. You heard? Like
exactly. He's trying to get that money.
Yeah.
Especially if Tibbs is going to get him injured, if he's going to be playing 45, 48 minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame Tibbs. I would do it too because I look at this squad and I'm like, I don't want to play none of these motherfuckers but RJ from 1 through 5. You play every position, RJ. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center.
It's not so much. It's not so much of how many minutes they play. It's just how the minutes are being divvied out. You feel me? Like I don't want to see them play the whole third quarter.
No,
because they have to play the fourth. Like let's get a mid third quarter rest. You know,
or 6 minutes on, 6 off.
Bro, like you have to find so they can be fresh to finish out the games.
Exactly.
If Cam was healthy, I think that's where Cam would come in for RJ to rest him, and we got Obi for Randall to rest. You know, Randall.
He never does though, because we watch Julius Randle play the whole fucking third quarter. He get a 2 minute. He comes out in like the 2 minute mark most times. Then he's back in at the 9 minute mark of the fourth quarter and he's playing up. And they're like, Julius Randle don't finish games. I'm like, shit, he's tired, bro.
But even when he wasn't tired last year, he wasn't closing no games either. Let's be real.
That was Derrick Rose.
D Rose came in, but remember, D Rose was playing up against, bench warmers the first half, and then in the second half, he was well rested because he would rest in the third, and then he would come out in the fourth, and then he's going up against starters who are tired, who played 33 minutes at this point, and Rose is like, yo, you look older than me right now. I can beat you off the dribble now.
Like me, Steven. I said this shit. I said this exact same shit. I had this exact same argument with somebody that Derrick Rose was averaging like 25 minutes a game last season. You feel me? Like that's not a lot of minutes. You feel me? Like, and he probably averaged that many because he was bad, like at the point guard position. So Alfred wasn't really getting any minutes.
I mean, you and Kev are making good points. My issue is you're missing the bigger point. Is that everything that you're complaining about all falls on the GM. That's the biggest point because every problem that you have with the team, the coach is only as good as the parts around him. That's how it is in every sport. No matter what sport you're in, every coach can only work with what they have. And you could argue that this will make them a little bit better, or this would be a slightly better if you tweak the minutes over here. But the reality is, if both of you and me, we bet money at the beginning of the season with the lineups that we have, and we we're betting if they were going to make the playoffs or anything like that, I think both of us would lean towards probably not, but we got hope. We believe, maybe something will happen, but this is really that good on paper.
My problem with Tibbs is, I agree, you're only as good as the team that you could put on the court, but the lack of adjustments is what killed me.
Okay,
like, you see something obviously not working, like for a fact that's not working. Like this is not working. Alec Burke running point in the fourth quarter wasn't working. This is why we're dropping leads, because we have the slowest pace in the NBA in the fourth quarter. We're getting out. Teams are running passes down the court. We're dropping 25-point leads in the fourth quarter. That's not working. But you go, that's the best we got. I'm like, No, clearly it's not. At least
No.
try something else. You feel me? Like try something else. And now he's trying something else, and we're getting positive results from it.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's the end of the year and teams are basically done. But yeah, I feel you. It's positive in a sense that we get to look at what we have. But I'm saying, like, I knew before the season, I looked at what we had, and I did this the previous year when we made the playoffs. I'm like, we don't have like this deep, like diverse, like versatile team. We just have really good role players and a lot of role players that would be like borderline starters, but you wouldn't necessarily want them starting for your team. And you put them all together and you're like, make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're talking to Tibbs and you're telling them, you see all these dudes, you've had Jimmy Butler, a prime D Rose, you've had Karl Anthony Towns, you've had all these dudes, but we're going to give you, shit on layaway and then ask you to like make that shit shine like a diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not realistic, is what I'm saying. Like you could get Mark Jackson, Pat Riley, we could get any coach that we could think of. These parts are trash. You know what I'm saying?
On paper, at the beginning of the
I'm being
season,
real.
on paper at the beginning of the season, I looked at this team as like, okay, I did not expect Kemba Walker to shit the bed this bad. I didn't expect Kemba Walker to be.
I did because I actually watched Celtics games. Yeah. I saw that shit. That was bad.
I didn't expect him to be Kemba Walker of old. You feel me? But I was expecting a little 15 points a game from Kemba. You feel me? Like I can live with it. An efficient some assists. Coming up to pick and roll with Julius Randle was something I was looking forward to, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Kevin had to mute your mic, bro. Your background was mad loud. That's what I was expecting. A nice pick and roll situation with him and Julius Randle. I thought Evan was going to be more effective throughout the season because I expected them to run Evan more like they did in Orlando.
Yeah, off ball. You wanted him off ball.
Yeah. So looking at all these things and seeing how our bench performed last year, I was like, we're going to make the playoffs again because I saw how well our bench performed last year. With these new additions, I knew it might be a defensive, letdown, but I also look for to be more offensively productive, right? And none of that shit happened. Kemba refused to drive to the basket all the time. You feel me? And the games when he did, you saw he had his best games when Kemba said, "Oh, I'm going to the butter. I'm going to the Baja."
Basically 25, 30-point games where Evan had those, were the games he drove to the basket and he played off ball. Yeah.
Both. Sure. You feel me? Both of them, right? And we didn't get enough of that this year. And to me, that's where the season lied. Kemba, obviously a shell of himself. His needs is absolutely Basuda. You feel me? So this is where the problem lied. We got Kemba again next year. I think, teams see that he's hurt. But there's also teams that won't mind taking that expiring contract to buy him out. You feel me? And it's a low buyout contract too. You feel me? $8 million. We trade away we trade away somebody who costs us a little bit of change. We get Kemba Walker. We don't want him. We buy him out for $8 million. Whoop-de-doo. You feel me? 1 year.
Like the only thing Kemba brings is veteran presence. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you want to keep him because he's a veteran and you just want him to give advice to your young guys at the guard position, since he was a former All-Star and he did carry the Charlotte Hornets to the playoffs, which is like, I got to give props to that. Like, that's impressive. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were the Bobcats to the Hornets, and then he got them to the play. He gave MJ his first playoff run, basically. You know what I'm saying? As an owner. So
and that team was ass.
You got to, like, respect that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you can't respect the fact that this GM, like, we both are thinking the same thing. We want to focus on the youth movement, but the GM is thinking the opposite way. He extended Burks. He wanted to run this shit again with Burks. He wanted to run the shit with Rose again. Extended Taj. He signed Fournier because he let Reggie Bullock walk. He didn't want to extend him. He said, I got something better. Fournier. This man's going to hit his corner threes this year, and we're going to run this shit back top 4 seed in the East, and we're gonna make some noise this time because we got some shooting in our backcourt for Julius Randle. And we see what happened. We're not even in the playoff conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because
I get
the
the
GM isn't thinking long term like we are. He's thinking
Yep.
short term. Like, how can I get this team in the playoffs again? Sell playoff tickets and see if we can make a run at a title. That's
Yep.
the only thing he's thinking. And
I
the coach
get
is
the-
thinking the same way. He's thinking like, let's win now. And we're
Yeah,
the
I
fans
get-
are thinking, what about continued success? Like the Spurs.
I want to be
What
yeah, I
about
want to
making
be
the playoffs
facts.
every year? And you might not win it every year, but at least you're there every year. You're competing every year, type shit. Even if you fall short, like the Yankees did from 2017 to like now, they've been there, like knocking on the door.
Well,
Like
let me
Eastern
answer this
Conference
comment
final.
real quick. Yo, Richard, we did win. Alec Burke got a crucial steal in the last seconds of the game, and we won. You feel me?
Which makes you wonder, who do you prefer personally? Fournier as your starting shooting guard or Burks as your starting shooting guard? I prefer
Well,
Burks.
I'll take Burks. You watch this. I said Fournier would be better fitted coming off the bench anyway,
Right.
because he'll be having to defend less talented offensive players, and that would suit him. But I'll tell you the reasoning and the thought process behind signing Evan Fournier. It was the series against the Atlanta Hawks. Trey Young literally stood there like this, guarded Alec Burke. Bullock. That was Trey Young on defense guarding Bullock.
Yeah. They had to put Bullock on him because he was the only one in the backcourt that could actually play defense.
No, I'm talking about Trey Young
guarding Bullock.
Bullock.
They had to because they couldn't put Payton on him. Alfred Payton was getting cooked. You know what I'm saying? So they said, let's put a
Steven,
guy
what
with
I'm
longer
saying is
arms on him.
Trey
Let's see if
Young-
that works.
Trey Young playing defense on Reggie Bullock, not Reggie Bullock playing defense on Trey Young.
Yeah.
So Trey Young didn't have to do shit on defense because he was just standing there looking at Reggie Bullock.
Because he's catch and shoot. You know Reggie Bullock
create
ain't
his own-
doing anything.
So you get Evan Fournier because the theory is, even though he's better off a screen and rolls, which was off a off-ball screen, he could still kind of put it on the floor, and you can't put Trey Young to guard Evan Fournier. That's barbecue chicken, son. He's too tall. He's 6'8". He could dribble a little bit.
He looks 6'6" to me, man. Like, I don't see 6'8".
Yeah, he like 6'5",
like,
6'6".
you know what I'm saying? Like, he looks 6'6" and a half. Like,
They got him
6'8".
listed as 6'8", son. Word.
Like, nah, bro. I look at him and he looks like an undersized small forward. Like,
because he plays like he's 6'6".
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he moves like a shooting guard. He don't look like a 6'8" small forward, like a Tracy McGrady or a Carmelo Anthony. He looks like a shooting guard, man.
So
like, I don't see.
So now the question is, who's lying? Because they got RJ Barrett listed as 6'6", and they got Evan Fournier listed as 6'8", and they're the same height. Son.
Isn't RJ 6'7"? We drafted him. They said 6'7", right?
Nah, he's listed as 6'6". When we drafted him, he was 6'6". But the rumors
No. Wait. I forgot. They changed the height rules. That's why when they measure him in his height, they measure him in his
true height or
socks,
some
not his
shit?
shoes on. He's 6'7", bro. Yeah. He's 6'7". That 1 inch height boost from the sneakers. Like we're forgetting that shit. He's 6'7", man.
Yeah, so with sneakers on, he's 6'7". With 6'7", he's 6'7" with sneakers on, but without sneakers on, he's 6'6". You feel me?
Yeah.
So now it's who's
Fournier is like 6'6" though. He ain't no 6'8".
Fournier,
Yeah, right. Isn't he
I watched
6'6"?
them standing next to
I
each
thought
other.
he was 6'8".
One of them lying. You feel me? Either
He's got to be
RJ
wearing
Barrett
Timbs or something like for the height boost, something. Like it don't
it's
make
either
sense.
RJ Barrett or Evan Fournier. Do your Googles. I'm not lying, bro. Do your Googles, man. He's listed as 6'8". You feel me? And
Well, it's a
but think
typo
about
then.
it. Like back to the original point, he extended Burks and he signed Fournier, and his intention was, we need both of these guys in our starting lineup, at least from the GM's perspective, because why would you extend Burks, then sign Fournier when they play the same position? It doesn't make sense.
for Burks to
It
come off
makes
the bench,
no sense.
because that Burks was part of that bench unit.
He should go back to it.
That bench unit is what was winning us a lot of games. So the thought process was we're gonna keep the bench squad together intact as is because they was killing people, and we add more offense. Well, a lot of things went wrong this year. We had
like,
to move.
you know what I mean? Because it's like I'm thinking in my head, like Fournier doesn't play Burks' level of defense, so
Not at all.
instantly right there, you got to be thinking 6-man. But you gave Fournier more money than Burks, and Burks, like numbers per number, does better than Fournier. Like Fournier might score more points, might give you 30 one night, but he's not exactly like a two-way guy that can hold his own minute for minute against the shooting guards in the league because he's getting cooked by the guards in the league. D Rose is old, so you know he's gonna get cooked by the point guards in the league. You know, Kemba's short, so like he's gonna get cooked regardless whether he's in his prime or he's old like he is now. So the whole backcourt defense that was lockdown defense last year, number one in the league, number one. Nobody was better. Not the Suns, not the Bucks, nobody. Knicks were number one in the league at that point in the season. And you remove Bullock and you remove Noel because Noel got hurt, obviously, and you didn't start him because you wanted Mitch back in. So you lose that switching that you had, that small ball switching lineup where off the screens, Bullock could switch onto the primary scorer, and then Noel could switch, you know, backdoor on Randall's man if he blew by him or anything, or off the roll. Like, you lose that to be tall with Mitch for lobs, who you're not going to give the ball to on offense because he's a liability, and you got Randall calling for it on the left. And then on defense, you lose your defense in the backcourt because you got Fournier starting and you got an undersized point guard in Kemba. Like, you're going to go places with that. Like, the GM is really the problem here. Like, all your confusion and all your complaints, you're looking at Tibbs like, do something. And I'm telling you, look upstairs, bro. Like, this man don't know what he's doing.
Again, I agree with you as far as like you're only as good as the plays that you could put on. My problem with Tibbs is two things. It takes him too long to adjust, and he's gonna kill RJ Barrett. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's my problem. I'm
mad about the RJ Barrett thing too, but I'm not mad enough to like fire a former coach of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not
Again, if you listen to everything that I've always said, I said I'm on this. This is personal with my decision to fire Coach Tibbs. You feel me? But I understand 100% why he needs to come back next year. You feel me? Like, I understand it. Like, he coached the year. He changed the coach in the year. We went to our first playoffs in.
Yeah, that would be RJ's fourth coach. If you changed Tibbs. If you swapped out, that would be his fourth coach.
I get it 100%. I get it 100%, right? I get it 100%. My thing is, it's personal with me. Just like I don't like him, and I'm just letting it be known that I'm at the point of my dislike for him for those reasons that I want him fired. But I get it. I'm not like, oh man, how we gonna bring back Tibbs? Nah, that's not what I'm doing. But I'm doing. My point is the fact that I'm scared that he's going to D-Rose RJ Barrett.
But you got to remember, D-Rose kind of D-Rosed himself because, one, he never worked on his outside shot, and two, he wore Adidas. So there's that. You know what happened to
We're not going to do that. Listen, man.
Like, there's something wrong with that.
I might be looking for sponsorship somewhere down the line. We ain't going. They ain't gonna be able to pull up this part of the show and be like, look, you were laughing at us.
Listen, if you do the sponsorship, tell them just give me the clothes, don't give me the sneakers. I'll sponsor the jerseys, the shirt, the hoodie, all that. Don't give me the shoes.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that, and the straw that broke the camel back was that game where RJ Barrett was in the game, and it was like a minute 30 left. We was down 15. It was over. You feel me? Obviously over. Yeah. And he had RJ out there, and RJ, even though twisting your ankle is a freak injury, it's still like he shouldn't have been out there.
Exactly.
You could also argue that RJ wanted to be out there because, again, he wants that 20 points per game. You know what I'm saying? He's looking to get 20 every night so he could show that I'm ascending.
There's no true basketball player that wants to come out the game. Like, they all want to be out there. They could be hands on knees, sucking major wind, and they said, "Nah, coach, leave me in."
Good.
But it's the coach's job to be like, "No, there's a bigger picture here. This game is over. Sit your ass down, so we can get ready for the next
one." Yeah.
I feel you, but I'm saying, like, if I'm the coach, I'm telling you right now, I want RJ playing all 48 minutes because this squad is trash. Like, I want RJ at point guard, shooting guard, small forward. You play power forward too. Go to the center, rebound the ball too, because like I need 5 RJs.
Well, Steven,
5. Like this
Steven,
squad is bad, man.
Yo,
Like it's really
It's a
bad.
real question though, right? Since you said starting point guard, I don't know if you see I said this a while ago. Since you said playing point guard, I said if you're going to continue to put Alec Burke in the starting lineup, let RJ Barrett run point.
Okay.
I'll rather RJ Barrett running point than Alec Burke.
Okay, which I get because RJ is a good spot up shooter off the ball. He's not exactly elite at that. Although some people would argue he can hit the corner three at an efficient clip. That doesn't mean outside shot. You got to hit on the wing too.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna have RJ bring the ball up, then you need Burks and Fournier both sitting on the left and right wing, and you need RJ to ISO up top. But RJ wants to ISO on the wing. So if you're going to have RJ ISO on the wing, you're better off just having Burks bring the ball off and hand it off to him. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I'd rather have Burks bring the ball up than RJ, so RJ can just catch it at the wing, and then they could space the floor and ISO it. If you bring RJ up, he's going to tire himself up dribbling the ball up, and then, people are going to think he's the point guard. We got to set him a screen to get him open, and RJ just wants to ISO. You know
I've
what I mean?
seen RJ initiate offense from the top of the key. He can do it. You feel me? But I just think
he doesn't like to. You know what I mean?
I just think nobody that in the starting unit is my preferred choice overall for point guard.
Yeah,
you feel me?
I know you
now,
Burks at point guard. I do too. But
if
still,
I'm choosing,
he's what we got. He's what we got. Like I still say, he's the best
not what
we got.
We should be playing Emmanuel quickly at point guard. That's who we have.
I agree, bro. Back in January, I said start quickly. This 5-game streak is over. It's done. It's finito. We're not winning anymore after this. But again, like I said, he makes a valid point because I've been telling you and Kev this, but you guys don't seem to believe it's an issue. The front court shooting is bad, bro. Like any point guard on this team who wants to run pick and roll is looking like I'm not passing it to the power forward. I'm not passing it to the center unless they're right underneath the basket. I'm not giving it to RJ unless he cuts back door or he's in the corner. And I'm certainly not giving it to the shooting guard or Burks, whether it be Burks or Fournier, whoever the hell playing shooting guard, unless they're wide open because you don't want to see their asses dribble. I sure as hell don't want to see Burks or Fournier ISO at the shooting guard position. That ain't fun. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what point guard you bring in, it's bad, man. Like
every time I see Fournier try to get into his bag, and start dribbling, I'm like, oh, this is a miss. This is a
telling you.
When
you replace Randall with a stretch 4, and any point guard is gonna say, I can work with this. Like, I can work with this. Because then Mitch's game opens up now. Because now Mitch is actually a threat. Because guess what? Randall's man ain't there next to Mitch. And all Mitch got to do is bully him like you've been saying, like the big boy. Bullying him and dunk on him like a big man's game type shit underneath the rim.
What I need Randall to do more often, too, is when he do set the screen, like, take that mid-range shot. Because sometimes it be there for him. Like, he'll come off the screen. He'll set in the high post, and he won't take the shot. He can't
seem to hit it spot up, like face up. Like he has to dribble left, right, or back to hit it or something. I don't understand
I've seen him do it. I've seen him take the ball, catch it, rise up, and shoot that mid-range shot and make it. And I'm like,
the last time I saw that was last year, bro. And that was
I saw him do it once this year. He was but he wasn't in the high post. Yeah, listen, because he doesn't take the shot.
Him, or was there nobody there? Because if there was nobody there, then I saw that. But with somebody on him, I mean, if there's somebody on him, face up closing and shoot in front of him, I haven't seen that all season.
I'm saying, I've seen him take the shot where it's adequate enough space. It's not like they were on him right on.
Yeah,
right.
That's my point. It's like he got a shoot around shot. Like there's a difference between a shoot around shot and then being open and your man's there. You know what I mean?
So take it. You feel me? But take that shot. You feel me? If it's there, he won't take that shot. He has
Because
to put
again,
the
I
ball on
told
the
you from
floor.
day
And I'm like,
one, he's a built slasher. He's a rebounding slasher. Anything else he does is icing on the cake. It's not his resume. Like, it's not what he's built to do. Like, you know how you tell me RJ's working on his off the dribble game, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's cool. But in high school and college, this is what he was doing, dunking. That's it. Like, remember
yeah,
when people told me Kevin Knox, his shot kind of looks like, Larry Bird, like, spot up. He's 6'9", prototypical small forward. If we could develop this dude, he'll be a threat. And I would tell them, like, yeah, but he shot wide open shoot around shots in college. Spot up. It wasn't like they were guarding him and he would shoot it over them like Bird in their face. He was
yeah,
wide open, spot up, and he was dunking in high school. So you drafted a slasher at small forward twice. You drafted a freaking slasher at fucking point guard because that's all Frank could do is hit a layup. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much else you're gonna get with that shit.
he could barely do that shit. When it's contested, he could barely do that shit.
You drafted a slasher, undrafted, and Mitch, dunking because they said he was hitting jump shots in high school. And then I tell people watch the tape, wide open, nobody on him. That's shoot around. That doesn't mean you got a resume. You got to be able to hit it with somebody guarding you. Then you're legit. Then we're like, okay, he can do this shit. Like, this is real. You never get shoot around shots like that in the playoffs, which Randall found out last year. That shit was quick. That shit ended real quick. He was like, hold on a minute. I'm not wide open no more?
The
What
fact
is this?
the fact that granted, I say Randall should have as a star, you should have found a way to be more effective. But also that the fact that the whole team was ass, like the whole team was ass. Like, you couldn't get no kind of production from nobody else.
Nobody. After that
It was
first game,
painful to watch, yeah.
for like 12 games, like he disappeared.
Derrick Rose was gassed, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like I'm watching Julius Randle and I'm watching the whole defense go, you're not scoring. You're not scoring. One of these other niggas gonna have to do it, but you're not doing it. And nobody else could even hit open 3-point shots. We were shooting 3-pointers at a foot. Like, we had like 5 guys shooting threes at a 40% clip that season.
You're right, but I was also making the argument, man, because like he would get double teamed in the post, and these passes, like, they weren't accurate, nor were they timely. So when the guard got it, there was 5 seconds left on the clock, and it was like, I gotta shoot this bitch, because it's like I'm not gonna take it off the dribble, with 5 seconds left and try to make something happen. Like, if you watched early in the season, a lot of times when they got the ball, the game clock was like ringing, like it was going red, like it pull it. Like, it even happens to Toppin. Like, a lot of the missed threes in the corner, you see Toppin, you got like 2 seconds on the clock. Got to make some shit happen. Even Jericho Sims the other night, he pulled that, like, what was it, fading 3 on the left wing, like, after the rebound. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you rarely get the ball in their chest, like, ready to catch and shoot. The only guy that I saw all season who got that was Fournier. That was the only guy that where Randall got the ball in the low post. He trusted enough to set him up in his spot, right in his chest, to get the ball. Like, not even RJ. RJ, all the points he gets, he creates for himself. It's not like Randall creates for him. You've seen more reverse. RJ creates for Randall and Mitch, tossing lobs, setting them up. You rarely see Randall set them up.
Now, I've seen Randall set up RJ. I've seen Randall set up RJ for quite a few open threes.
Like, for what? Like a corner 3? Like, you've
corner
seen that?
3
Like,
on the wings
type shit?
Yeah.
Also on the wing.
On the wings, yeah.
But, like, that's a rare occurrence. Like, I mean, most Knicks fans rarely see Randall set anyone up on the wing other than his guy, Fournier. That's his guy. He sets him up perfectly, and you're like, yeah, there you go.
Used to be Bullock.
yeah, because Fournier replaced his boy Bullock, because last year he was mostly setting up Bullock. You feel me? Like,
and look at the win total now. I'd rather have Bullock, man. Like, I'm just being real.
Hell yeah.
Defense would be better.
All
It'd
day.
be ugly. It'd be harder to watch than it is now. But,
so
we might actually.
My thing is, if the offense was ran different, this would be a different story. If we played and ran Fournier the way that he play, like he naturally plays, this would be a different story. We won't be talking about how inconsistent Evan Fournier is. Like,
oh yeah, it'd be better on offense. It'd be less brick 3. But I'm saying the defense ain't changing. That defense ain't changing.
this is true, but with the increase in offense, like Bullock ain't never gave us 18 points per game. Like nowhere
No,
imaginable. But
no,
Evan
it was
can
like
give you
what,
that.
8 points per game, I
So
think. Like
so
it
like
wasn't like
it
anything.
it will be a trade-off. And the problem with Fournier is he has a very high basketball IQ. He's just not athletic at all. You feel me? So his problem is staying in front of guys. He's a pretty decent help defender. Like when he sets his mind to be effective in the help situations, passing lanes, like collapsing on guys while they're penetrating,
I
he
just
does
thought
good.
about something funny. I just realized something. The Knicks got
What?
an obsession with these French players. I just realized that they drafted Frank Ntilikina. They signed Fournier, who arguably could be the second best like French basketball player ever behind Tony Parker. Like, what's the deal? Like, are we like trying to make some moves to get like Knicks televised in France more often? Like more French fans coming to MSG? Like, I don't know what's going on.
And I think
It's
behind the
weird.
mindset of the front office is getting a player who actually wanted to be here. Like this was a preferred destination. Like not somebody that's just like, oh, y'all giving me money, so I'm pulling up. Like, and that has a lot to do with the makeup of a team to have people who actually want to be there and play for your team. So I think
don't get me wrong, it's cool to have guys that want to be here, but I'd rather have them on a 1-year deal and they don't know if they want to be here or not, but the fit is better. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have a whole bunch of people on 1-year deal like we were doing before, but get the right parts. Don't sign 4 power forwards in free agency on 1-year deal who can't shoot. Give me we only had Bobby Portis. He was the only one that could actually hit a jump shot at power forward. I'd rather have 1-year deals, but specialists. Just have them come in and do a role. Like one guy can be Marcus Smart on defense. He might not shoot like Marcus Smart, but that's cool. We just need you there to pick up for RJ and Randall. Or better yet, instead of Randall, quote unquote, we need a power forward who could shoot. Pick up for RJ because he can't shoot it that well. All we want you to do is just protect the rim, block shots. On the perimeter, you may not be the best defensively. RJ got you. You got him on offense. Like, they connect, they fit. Like, the parts fit. These parts don't fit at all. It's like trying to put like a square puzzle piece into a circle. Like slash.
I got a picture. I got a picture I posted on Twitter a while back with Coach Tibbs trying to force Alec Burke into the point guard. I was like, that's the epitome of trying to put a square block into a circle. Like, bro, that's the epitome of it. Like, bro, but I agree. And again, a lot of things didn't go as planned for the season, which happens to a lot of organizations. But a lot of things didn't happen as planned.
The Hawks, what are they, 10th seed right now? They were 5th last year?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So and now I'm talking about hiring Nate McMillan, and I'm looking at them like it ain't his fault. His team was hurt, and you can't do nothing about that. Shit happened.
As I know you said, you can't depend on Derrick Rose, but missing Derrick Rose hurt this team a lot.
Oh yeah, but you can't rely on him. You can't hope on him
a lot. Like I didn't if he would have missed half of the time that he's missed this season, this puts us in a different stratosphere for this season. Like if he missed half of the games that he missed, we're in the play-in. I'm a firm believer of that. If he missed half of the games that he missed, we're in the play-in, bro. Like
we're in the play-in, but we're not in the playoffs. You feel me? Like we'll be in that play-in game and we'll lose somehow by single digits and go home. But that's what I believe, at least if we had D-Rose.
When you also remember that we were an overachieving team last year.
Yeah.
So to be in the
what I was telling people. There was a lot of in the Eastern
to be in the play-in this season would be more like a fall to reality. Like so.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like Derrick Rose, if he wasn't injured, half of the games that he was injured will bring us back down to reality. Like this right here, we fell through the ground of reality. We in the Hades of reality right now. So
I'm saying people were
I hate to be this abrupt, but I'm about to get off of this.
Left.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Like Tatum, Siakam, Fred VanVleet. Every team in the East was dealing with COVID problems. Somebody was out, protocols. No reason why. Nobody knew. That helps a team like the Knicks who had no COVID protocols on anybody. Nobody was hurt. Everybody was healthy. And you win a lot of those games when you're going up against teams who don't have their best player because they're out with COVID.
Oh, you talking about last season?
It was like a lockout season for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like either a hurricane comes or a lockout comes and the Knicks make the playoffs and then they look like a title team. Like you need a lockout year or you need a hurricane like Hurricane Sandy. Something like that for them to show up. Shit like that.
I hate to be this abrupt, but I'm about to end this live. We've been here for an hour and 40 minutes. I appreciate you guys. Word. This was dope.
My phone about to die anyway, so you made me yeah, I'm at 2%.
Yeah, this was dope. Yo, Kev, next time I promise we're gonna let you talk more, man.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I enjoy listening and learning, yo.
He did the live the other day. He good. He said all he needed to say. He said Tibbs, man, with this Alec Burke shit and everything. Like we need.
I can't stand it, yo.
Gotta play more. Toppin gotta play more. We already know what Kev gonna say. Shit.
Yeah, it's a youth movement, yo. You gotta get with the program.
Yeah, listen, as much as I will end it with this. As much as I am a supporter of Julius Randle, and I think that his treatment is kind of unfair. He deserves some of the criticism. Don't get me wrong. He deserves a lot of it. Let me say that.
But even I agree. I hate on him too, but I know it's unfair. But
yeah,
you dealt with that shit, you know.
So I'll say all that to say, there's very few people on this team that I don't care. I mean, that I don't want them to leave. You feel me? And he's not one of them. You feel me? Like if Julius Randle get traded, I'm not going to cry. You feel me?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But if RJ got traded, you would cry because you'd be like, what's he getting for?
He's fucking 21 years old, bro. Like, you feel me?
And was drafted a Knicks, so you're sentimental.
Exactly.
Sentimental,
and we finally need one of these draft picks to fucking work. You feel me? Like we have signs that this one might actually work. Like the last draft pick that
they also said Knox was gonna work too. Nobody was sentimental when we.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that shit. I'll never say that. If you go back and
I know
look,
you did it, but I'm saying there were a lot of Knicks fans that
I used to make fun of. I used to make fun of Knox. I'd be like, yo, he don't have no fucking moves, bro. Like, bro, don't have no moves. I've never seen an NBA player who have no moves. Like,
and
even when
6'9", like he's got the perfect height, the weight, 220, 6'9". Like his body is built for the small.
Even when he drives to the basket, bro, it's either he's going straight to the left, straight to the right. There's no wiggle to his game. He's either going
and his jump shot release slow. So even if he's wide open, defense picks up on him. Shit is crazy.
But the point that I was getting at, if Julius Randle somehow get traded, even though I believe he won't, my list of people that I'll be upset if they got traded is RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly. I'm growing. Like I said, I want Reddish to come back because I see the promise in his game. So I'll be upset if he got traded. Let me think. I like Jericho Sims as a backup. So I'll be upset if he got traded because I want to see his game develop, especially getting
your boy Kev thinks he could be a starter, and I'm looking at him like, I don't know about that.
Not next year. I mean, maybe not. It's still more development.
Like if we let Mitch walk, like if we let him walk, like have Sims fill that.
I don't think that he's too far off from Mitch. You feel me? I don't think that he is too far off.
I'd rather have Nerlens Noel start than Sims, and I remember Noel this year was bad, but I'd rather have Noel because at least
he's only bad because he's injured. You feel me? He hasn't been healthy, and it was evident. Like his move, when he was on the court, you see that he couldn't move the way that he was moving last year, and that's why he stunk up the joint. You feel me? He's already at a deficiency of being a pencil thin. So you take away his one strength, which is his lateral quickness. Like, he's gonna be ass.
Like that's the thing.
So yeah, like so again, like I don't think that Sims is too far off from Mitch. So I get where Kev is saying, like, if Mitch goes,
their games are very similar. They defend the rim. That's about it.
But no, that I think Sims got a better motor than Mitch.
Yeah, he's shorter than him, so you know
I think
little minutes,
he runs
so
the
he
floor
moves
way
a
better
little
than Mitch. He run the floor way better than Mitch. He defends the perimeter way better than Mitch. It's just the little nuances of the game where Sims have to pick up on. He has better hands than Mitch. He catch better in traffic than Mitch. Mitch can't catch shit in traffic.
Well, yeah, but it also helps that, you know, like you said earlier in the year, you need a point guard who could like get that pass to Mitch. Because a lot of the times they launch that shit up, it's like over his head or behind him.
I'm not even talking about alley-oops. I'm talking about bitches never fucking prepared for the ball. Like they
you
pass
mean on
Mitch the ball.
defense for the steal, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm talking about
you're
on
right about
offense.
that.
Like if they go to the rim and they try to hit Mitch with one of those little quick wraparound passes in his gut, he's never prepared for the basketball. Like it always catches him by surprise. Oh shit.
Shit, I'd be surprised too. They rarely pass him the ball. I'd be surprised too.
But I see Sims ready for those passes. You feel me? But it's the little nuances of the game that he still need to work on that comes with him actually getting PT.
It also helps that he's 3 inches shorter than Mitch, so he could see the ball better. You know, Mitch is standing up like here. You know what I'm saying? And then Randall behind 2 people trying to pass it to him like he's Larry Bird or some shit. You know,
I want Sims to have the confidence that he's a walking poster, and that when he catches the ball, he needs to explode and destroy people. And once he
got that confidence, you see that on him. He tried to dunk on Capella the other night. I was like, "What are you doing, man?" Like, you not see that dude right there?
Sims got better bunnies than Obi. You feel me?
Whoa. Really?
He does.
Nah.
He's just not flashy.
He can rebound, jump up high, but I don't know about bunnies.
He's not flashy with his dunks. He's not going to try to do a reverse dunk. But when you talk about just pure getting up off the ground,
he got some springs. He got some springs.
Yeah, Sims
Sims got like better hands for sure. For sure. Like,
I've never seen Obi dunk the ball with his arms like this. I've seen Sims do that. Dunk the ball with both his arms parallel like this. I've never seen Obi do that. And you know Obi my guy too. He did a reverse dunk coming down
there was one play where Obi was waiting to do like a 360 dunk, but he was waiting for RJ to lob it off the glass, and RJ was like, "Nah, I'm getting 20 points tonight." I think it was against the Pacers or some shit. He was going off. He said, "Nah, fuck that."
But my point is just straight off the ground bounce without all the bells and whistles and showtime to it. Jericho Sims jumps higher. Like Jericho Sims is not trying to hit you with a windmill. He's just trying to dunk the basketball. But the way he jumps,
you guys need him to Jared Allen, but it's like
I need him to.
Jared Allen. I see more like
Jared Allen is a way better defender. He has way better offensive game. Jared Allen is a big time player, bro. He's going to get you 20 points. Like Jared Allen could get you 20 points. Like you can't task Jericho Sims to get you 20 points.
Yeah, but I watched him. He does a lot of cardio. Plays good defense though, but he does a lot of cardio.
But when he realized when he catches the ball in the paint and he takes that one step and like I'm exploding to the basket, he's gonna put mad people on posters. He doesn't do that
enough. An offensive rebound, and then you'll have Clyde saying, "Why doesn't he just go straight up with it? He's just swinging that shit out."
Bruh, like if he catch the ball that one step from the rim and it's over. Once he get that in his mind that he can do that, it's going to be beautiful to see. We're going to be looking at highlights every night because I don't really see too many people that could jump with him. Like
not too many people at his position. Yeah, power forward. I mean, what we have Blake and Amari. That's like about it. Before that,
Blake is washed up when it comes to jumping that high. Like Blake got the rim. He got the rim range package now.
He was like, he was flying up there. You know what I mean? We got Mikal Bridges, I think now. Not Mikal. Miles Bridges. Sorry.
Miles Bridges.
Yeah. Mikal's more like mid-range guy.
I think Jericho Sims again, just pure jumping ability, getting off the floor. I think Jericho Sims jumped higher than him too. When he's not going to come at you with the sassy and it's just more. I'm getting up here, 2 hands up. I'm running back down the court.
I've seen him like more like I've seen him block shots like real high up, like from behind and reach and shit. But it's like I haven't seen him boom it on anybody, like fly in the air, like real hard, throw it down hard or anything like that.
And,
I mean,
and that's
I
my
saw one
point.
play.
That's not his game.
He needs to realize he could do that because he has the bunnies to do
He
it.
can. Yeah.
I get it, but I mean, if you're only 6'9", I mean, like it's kind of hard to like imagine yourself being like as tall as Mitch. Like you've seen it. Like Mitch got the size, but he don't got like the mentality to like attack offensively. It's the same thing with Sims. Sims doesn't have the size though.
I need to sit behind the bench of the Knicks game one time so I could talk to Jericho Sims all game. I'm like, if you don't start dunking on these motherfuckers, man, like if you don't start just straight up dunk, like yo, what are you waiting for? Get the ball, turn around, take a step, and yam it on these niggas, man.
Like, Chandler back in the day, I was like, you're 7'2", you're taller than just about any center in the league. Why can't you just boom it on everybody? But again, sometimes you're just not built for that.
Me personally,
remember Porzingis, 7'3", tallest guy in the league. He couldn't dunk on anybody either.
I used to be so mad at looking at Porzingis like, yo, bro, if you don't get your big ass down in the post somewhere and post somebody up, like, okay, you can shoot threes. I get it. But I don't want to see you shoot a majority of your shot from the three-point line. You're 7'3".
And you know what's funny is when he started listening to you and dunking on people, he tore his ACL against Giannis. That's the crazy thing.
My thing was, I didn't even want him to dunk on people, bro. I just want him to get closer to the basket because he's 7'3".
High percentage shots.
My thing was like, yo, if I was the organization, I'll pay for him to go to Akeem's Olajuwon school. Like, we're going to get your footwork A1. Because you know why?
By Carmelo Anthony and Dirk Nowitzki to post up. And in that third year, the man had a fadeaway, a post step back, turnaround fadeaway, a spin move, shimmy fadeaway, left leaning in. He could face you up. He could do it. He was the whole thing. He's the prototypical power forward you want. Maybe not at 7'3". You might want him a little more mobile than that. But yeah, he's the prototypical power forward you want. And now look at him now in Washington. Injury.
Like for
second
instance,
best player to Bradley Beal.
Like, for instance, right? Even though Amari Stoudemire's career ended earlier, but I think it was almost over before he came to the Knicks, right?
Yeah, for sure. And you saw it with Nash and them. Like they knew it was over.
When he extended his career at least 2 more years by going to Akeem Olajuwon school. You don't get those 30-point games from Amari Stoudemire without the moves he learned from the Akeem the Dream. And I was looking at Stoudemire like, yo, if he stay healthy, oh God, look how he's
playing. That's what people were saying in 2016. They heard Amari was like working with Hakeem and shit. Like we should keep him. Like he might turn into like that low post threat with Bello and Porzingis and shit. And then we shipped him off to like Miami or whatever. Yeah,
because he kept on getting hurt.
Overseas and won a title. I think it was where was it again? Spain or some shit.
I think he went Israel because he's Jewish. He went to Israel.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
So but if he didn't get injured, bro, like he was trending in the right direction. Because the Akeem school, and I feel like so many like imagine Kristaps Porzingis with his stupid long ass arms developing a hook shot.
Yeah,
being unstoppable.
Fuck is going to
defend that? Went to Kareem or Moses Malone for that. Like they would tell you how to do the hook shot right there.
Or just go to the greatest hook shot shooter of all time, Lou Alcindor, aka
Abdul-Jabbar.
Jabbar. You feel me? Like go to 7'3" and a really long arms. I'm going. That's what Kareem was.
They talking about how Giannis and DeAndre Ayton are trying to bring the hook shot back because they're adding it to their game. Like whenever they're close to the rim, they do that baby hook shit. Like like turn around and shit. They trying to bring it back, like something like that.
Like
me,
something in your psychology got somebody got something in your psychology got to go. It's a reason why this guy still is until LeBron passed him, the most scored points in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
Because they could not defend the hook shot. Because he was 7'2", really long arms.
He was only blocked by Wilt Chamberlain, and that was Chamberlain when he was washed up, like on the Lakers. Like old Chamberlain was the only one that blocked Kareem.
And Chamberlain was a freak athlete, bro. Like,
yeah, like freak athlete.
And he was 7'1" himself. Like
he was 7'1". Like he was only 1 inch shorter, and he could like long jump, triple jump, shit. Like he was. Oh my god, bro! He was tossing it over the back of the backboard and like catching it on the other side and scoring. Like, what type of shit is that?
This is what I'm saying, son. So it makes sense, and I always wondered like why these really tall guys never got a hook shot in their game, like especially somebody like I keep on mentioning Porzingis because he's 7'3" with super long arms.
I'm telling you, bro, it's because of Steph Curry and Dirk Nowitzki and KD. And those three guys, all three of them, everybody wants to shoot the jump shot. Like every one of those big men were guards at one point, and they just grew really tall. They're like, well, I guess I'm a center now.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with AD as well. He was a point guard all the way up into his freshman year in college.
Like,
So it's like, I get it, but me personally, I'm trying to get buckets, and I'm trying to score the most buckets I could possibly score. Like, okay, if I can make the three, that's dope. But if I could get freaking 10 feet from the basket and flick my wrist like this, even Shaq developed the hook shot.
Yeah. That he played against I forgot, I think it was the Clippers, and Kareem was watching him on the side, and he was bricking nonstop hook shots, and Kareem went up to him and said, "Stop that shit," and dunk on him.
But when he was with the Lakers, he was still yamming on everybody, but he had that turn hook. And he was hitting that shit from 15, a bank hook shot. Like if Shaq big ass could develop a hook shot where he could literally overpower everybody every play of the game, there's no fucking reason Kristaps Porzingis 7'3" ass
like Embiid and Giannis, because he says, if I played in the game today, I would attack the rim like Giannis, bring the ball up the floor like Giannis, and then when I'm in the half court, I would work on my 3-point shot like Embiid and catch and shoot, like stretch the floor. That's what Shaq says. If I played in today's game, boy, you would see a different breed of Shaq, because I'd be shooting threes.
Shaq had handle though, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Shaq
in Orlando, bringing the ball up the floor, see that shit like behind the back, throwing
Shaq had handle. So it would make sense. Shaq in this generation would have been scary. Shaq would probably average 40 a night.
Shaq is the only guy to average 35% from three, but then he'd still shoot poorly from the free throw line. It would be like 60% from the free throw line, but his 3-point percentage would be like 35, 38% if you today's game. Like something crazy off that shit.
Yo, that's a fact. Yo, I'm getting off this for real this time. You know I'm having a good time because I said I was gonna get off of this shit like 15 minutes ago, but I'm still here. That's why y'all know y'all good conversation. You feel me? I appreciate y'all guys for pulling up. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. You feel me? We out talk the viewers. You feel me? Like usually
tomorrow, be back.
Oh, word.
I mean, we do have the only one who got the deets on the comments. I can't see the comments. I gotta get like 3 more phones. Switch to Facebook, Instagram. You got Twitch and all that shit.
The comments died a while ago. You feel me? The comments died a while ago. Like, cause we've been on here for a minute. Like, I think the last comment was a half an hour ago. You feel me?
There you go.
Yeah. Well, y'all appreciate y'all. I holler, man. All right, let me end this live. Word.